Have you ever noticed your elderly parent or grandparent constantly scratching different parts of their body? Maybe you've dismissed it as just dry skin or a harmless habit. But what if I told you that these itchy spots could be sending you important signals about their health? Today, we're going to explore 5 specific areas of the body where persistent itching might be warning you about something more serious. As someone who has worked with elderly patients for years, I've seen how easy it is to miss these early warning signs. Many families only realize there's a problem when it's already become serious. That's why understanding these signals early can make a huge difference in getting proper care at the right time. In this video, we're going to look at 5 specific places on the body where itching isn't just about skin irritation. We'll talk about what these itchy spots might mean, when you should be concerned, and most importantly, when it's time to see a doctor. This information could help you catch potential health problems early, leading to better outcomes and more peace of mind for both you and your loved ones. Before we dive into these 5 critical areas, I want you to know that this isn't about causing panic or worry. Instead, this is about giving you the knowledge you need to be a better caregiver or advocate for your elderly loved ones. Think of it as adding another tool to your caregiving toolkit. The information I'm about to share comes from years of medical research and real-world experience. While some of these signs might seem scary, remember that early detection often leads to better treatment options. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look out for and what steps to take if you notice these warning signs. If you find this information helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We regularly share tips and advice about elderly care that could help you provide better support for your loved ones. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos about senior health and well-being. For those watching this video who are currently caring for elderly family members, I especially encourage you to watch until the end. Each of these 5 locations we'll discuss could reveal important clues about your loved one's health. Sometimes, what seems like a simple itch could be your body trying to tell you something important. Now, let's start exploring these 5 critical areas, beginning with one of the most common spots where elderly people experience persistent itching. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding these signs could make a real difference in someone's life. Are you ready to learn about these 5 important signals your body might be sending? Let's begin our journey to better understanding elderly health through these sometimes overlooked symptoms. Let's start with the first area where itching can be a warning sign, and that's the lower legs and feet. Many elderly people experience itching in this area, and while it might seem normal, it's worth paying close attention to. When older adults start scratching their lower legs and feet frequently, it could be their body trying to tell them something important about their circulation or overall health. Poor blood flow is one of the main reasons why elderly people feel itchy in their legs and feet. As we get older, our blood doesn't move through our body as well as it used to, especially in areas that are far from our heart. When this happens, the skin in these areas doesn't get all the nutrients it needs, making it dry and itchy. You might also notice that their skin looks different, maybe slightly purple or bluish, or it might feel cooler to the touch than other parts of their body. What makes this especially concerning is that poor circulation isn't just about comfort, it can be a sign of heart problems or blocked blood vessels. If your elderly loved one is constantly scratching their legs and feet, especially if they also complain about leg pain or tiredness when walking, it's time to talk to a doctor. This is particularly important if they have diabetes or high blood pressure, as these conditions can make circulation problems worse. Moving up to our second important area, let's talk about itching in the back of the neck. This might seem like a strange place to focus on, but itching here can tell us a lot about someone's health. When older adults frequently scratch the back of their neck, it might be related to nerve problems or spine issues that come with aging. Think about how often we look down at phones or books, or how we sit for long periods. All of this can affect the nerves in our neck. Sometimes, this neck itching comes along with other problems like headaches, difficulty turning the head, or a tingling feeling that goes down into the arms. If you notice these symptoms together, it could mean there's pressure on the nerves in the neck, possibly from arthritis or other spine problems that are common in older age. Don't ignore these signs, they're often treatable if caught early. The third area we need to discuss is the chest and upper torso. When elderly people feel itchy in this area, it deserves special attention because it could be related to heart or lung issues. Sometimes, before someone notices breathing problems or chest pain, they might experience unusual itching or tingling in their chest area. This could be because of changes in blood flow or because the body is trying to signal that something isn't quite right. If the itching in the chest area comes and goes, especially with physical activity or stress, it's worth mentioning to a doctor. Also, if you notice that your loved one is scratching their chest more at night or when they lie down, this could be a sign that they're having trouble breathing properly. Remember, our bodies often try to warn us about problems in subtle ways before more serious symptoms appear. What makes all of these signs particularly important is that they often show up gradually. It's easy to dismiss a little itching as just dry skin or a temporary irritation. But when it keeps happening in these specific areas, it's like your body is trying to wave a red flag to get your attention. The key is to notice patterns. Does the itching get worse at certain times? Does it come with other symptoms like swelling, pain, or changes in skin color? For anyone caring for an elderly person, it's important to pay attention to these signs without causing unnecessary worry. Sometimes, simple solutions like using moisturizer, changing to gentler soaps, or wearing looser clothing can help. But if these simple fixes don't work, or if the itching is persistent and bothersome, it's better to have a doctor check things out. They can run tests to see if there's an underlying health issue that needs treatment. Also, keep in mind that many older adults might not bring up these symptoms on their own. They might think it's just part of getting older, or they might be embarrassed to talk about constant itching. That's why it's important for caregivers and family members to ask about these symptoms and take them seriously when they're mentioned. Let me know in the comments if any of these signs sound familiar to you, especially if you're caring for an elderly family member. Sharing experiences can help others know what to look out for. Now, let's move on to our next section where we'll explore 2 more critical areas where itching can be a warning sign. Now let's talk about 2 more areas where itching in elderly people needs special attention. The fourth area we need to discuss is the hands and wrists. This is a part of the body we use constantly, and when older people start feeling itchy here, it could mean several different things that need our attention. When elderly people have itchy hands and wrists, it might be more than just dry skin. Think about how much we use our hands every day, for eating, writing, holding things, or even just resting them in our lap. Many older adults start noticing itching in their palms or around their wrists, and this could be telling us something about their joint health or circulation. Sometimes, this itching comes before they notice any pain or stiffness in their joints. One thing to watch for is whether the itching gets worse when they're trying to use their hands for everyday tasks. If you notice your loved one scratching their hands more after activities like writing, knitting, or holding utensils, this could be related to arthritis or nerve problems. The itching might also come with a burning sensation or a feeling of pins and needles, which could mean there's pressure on the nerves running through the wrist. What makes hand and wrist itching especially important is that our hands are how we interact with the world. If an elderly person starts avoiding activities because their hands are uncomfortable or itchy, this can lead to them becoming less independent. They might stop doing things they enjoy or have trouble with basic daily tasks. That's why it's important to take this symptom seriously and get it checked out. The fifth area we need to talk about is the lower back and hip region. This is an area where many elderly people experience itching, but they might not think to mention it to their doctor. When older adults feel itchy in their lower back or around their hips, it could be related to several health issues that deserve attention. Itching in the lower back and hip area might be connected to kidney problems. Our kidneys help clean our blood, and when they're not working as well as they should, it can cause itching in different parts of the body. If you notice your elderly loved one scratching their lower back often, especially if they also feel tired or notice changes in how often they need to use the bathroom, this could be a sign that their kidneys need to be checked. Another reason to pay attention to itching in this area is that it could be related to nerve problems from the spine. As we age, the bones in our spine can press on nerves, causing strange sensations like itching. This might happen more when your loved one is sitting for a long time or when they first wake up in the morning. Sometimes, this itching comes along with back pain or a feeling of stiffness in their legs. What makes this area particularly tricky is that it's hard for elderly people to reach their lower back to apply creams or lotions. This means the itching might go untreated, making them uncomfortable and irritable. It's important to help them maintain good skin care in this area and to listen when they complain about itching they can't reach. If you notice your elderly family member constantly trying to scratch their lower back or hips, especially by rubbing against furniture or using back scratchers, this is something to talk about with their doctor. Even if it seems like a small problem, it could be an early warning sign of something that needs medical attention. Remember, when we talk about all these itchy spots, we're not just looking for one symptom. Often, it's the combination of symptoms or how long they last that tells us whether we need to worry. Some itching is normal, especially as skin gets drier with age. But when itching is persistent, gets worse over time, or comes with other symptoms, that's when we need to pay closer attention. Now that we've covered all 5 areas, let's move on to understanding what we can do to help our elderly loved ones when they experience these symptoms. In our next section, we'll talk about practical steps you can take and when it's time to seek medical help. Now that we've explored these 5 important areas where itching could be sending us important messages about elderly health, let's talk about what you can do with this information. Remember, knowledge is only powerful when we put it into action. First, take a moment to think about any elderly loved ones in your life. Have you noticed them scratching in any of these areas we discussed today? Sometimes what we think of as a harmless habit could actually be trying to tell us something important about their health. Don't ignore these signs, they could be early warnings that help prevent bigger problems down the road. When it comes to caring for our elderly loved ones, being observant is one of the most important things we can do. Watch for patterns in their behavior, like if they scratch more at certain times of day or after specific activities. Keep track of any other changes you notice, like changes in their skin color, swelling, or if they seem more tired than usual. Here are some key things to remember. If you notice persistent itching in any of these 5 areas, the legs and feet, back of the neck, chest and upper torso, hands and wrists, or lower back and hip area, don't wait too long to get it checked out. It's always better to be cautious when it comes to elderly health. A simple doctor's visit could help catch problems early when they're easier to treat. I'd love to hear from our viewers about your experiences with elderly care. How old are you, and where are you watching from? Your age and location can help us understand how elderly care differs around the world. Share your story in the comments below, it might help someone else who's going through something similar. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps us reach more people who might need this information. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We regularly share important tips about elderly care that could make a real difference in someone's life. Remember, being a caregiver isn't easy, but you're not alone on this journey. Many of our subscribers are going through similar experiences, and we're here to support each other. Drop a comment below with your age and location, and let us know which of these signs surprised you the most or if you've noticed any of them in your elderly loved ones. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to take care of yourself while you're taking care of others. We'll see you in our next video where we'll share more insights about elderly care and health. Until then, stay observant and keep showing your elderly loved ones how much you care. Stay healthy, stay informed, and we'll see you in our next video.